The Black Knight's Sword and Eternals Return. If you've been following the MCU through Phase 4 and 5, you've witnessed something unprecedented, a growing collection of setups with no payoffs. When Eternals hit theaters in 2021, it concluded with not one but two post-credit scenes that promised major developments for Marvel's cosmic universe. 3 years later, these scenes stand as the clearest examples of Marvel's abandoned narrative threads. In the first scene, Dane Whitman, played by Kit Harington, opens an ancient chest containing the legendary Ebony Blade. As he reaches for the sword, an unseen voice asks, "Are you sure you're ready for that?" That voice belonged to Mahershala Ali's blade, marking the vampire hunter's first appearance in the MCU. The scene established a connection between Whitman's Black Knight legacy and the supernatural corner of Marvel's universe. The Ebony Blade is a powerful artifact forged by Merlin from a meteorite. Like Excalibur's darker twin, it carries a blood curse affecting Whitman's entire lineage. The chest's ominous inscription, "Death is my reward," warns of the blade's corrupting influence, a weapon that feeds on negative emotions and could transform its wielder into the monstrous Blood Wraith. The second scene introduced Harry Styles as Star Fox, or Eros, Thanos' brother, alongside Pip the Troll. They appear on the Eternals ship, promising to help rescue their captured teammates. The scene concluded with text explicitly stating Eternals will return, yet Marvel has announced no sequel plans. Both setups now exist in limbo. The Blade film, which would likely continue Whitman's story, has faced multiple delays and creative reshuffling. Kit Harington's future remains uncertain, with only unconfirmed reports suggesting he might appear in Agatha All Along. Star Fox's situation is equally problematic. His promised rescue mission for the captured Eternals remains completely unaddressed. His Titan origins could have expanded Marvel's cosmic storylines, potentially connecting to Thanos' legacy. These dangling threads reflect the larger production challenges Marvel has faced recently. For a studio that once prided itself on careful planning, these unresolved plot points represent an uncomfortable new reality in the post-Endgame era. Ms. Marvel recruits the Young Avengers. The Marvels gave us a post-credit scene that mirrors one of the most iconic moments in MCU history. Kamala Khan teleports directly into Kate Bishop's apartment, startling her while she's practicing archery. The scene deliberately echoes Nick Fury's appearance in Tony Stark's mansion from the original Iron Man, but with a teenage superhero now taking charge of recruitment. What makes this scene different is Kamala's clarity about her plans. She directly mentions Cassie Lang by name as another potential recruit, establishing a clear lineup of next-generation heroes. Kate's surprised reaction shows this isn't something they've discussed previously. Kamala is taking initiative as the team's founder, like a general rallying troops at a decisive moment. This scene positions Kamala as the connective tissue between various young heroes introduced throughout Phase 4 and 5. Her proactive leadership suggests Marvel is setting her up as the Nick Fury figure for this new generation, a torch passed from one era to another. The parallel strengthens when you consider how both scenes serve as turning points that expand their respective universes. Marvel has methodically introduced Young Avengers members across multiple projects. Kate Bishop in Hawkeye, Cassie Lang in the Ant-Man series, America Chavez in Doctor Strange 2, and Wiccan in Speed and WandaVision. This placement of characters indicates a deliberate long-term plan. Insider buzz suggests a Disney Plus series titled Champions is in development, potentially merging characters from both the Young Avengers and Champions comic teams. Rachna Frushbaum is reportedly attached as writer and showrunner, with the series possibly releasing around 2028 after Avengers: Secret Wars concludes. The scene carries significant narrative weight as the first team-building moment since the original Avengers formed. In a phase filled with standalone adventures and multiverse complications, this Young Avengers setup provides a concrete direction for Marvel's future storytelling. The Council of Kangs. The Council of Kangs scene in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania represents Marvel's most significant abandoned plot thread, a villain setup that was meant to define an entire saga. After Scott Lang defeated Kang the Conqueror in the Quantum Realm, the post-credit scene revealed thousands of Kang variants gathering in a massive coliseum. This assembly, led by the variants Immortus, Ramatut, and Centurion, was designed to establish Kang as the next Thanos-level threat. Like dangerous echoes rippling through time itself, these variants form the Council with distinct abilities and purposes. Immortus controls time from limbo, Ramatut ruled ancient Egypt with futuristic technology, while Centurion oversees the variants across realities. The scene directly fulfilled He Who Remains warning in Loki Season 1 that killing him would unleash his more dangerous variants across the multiverse. When Sylvie fractured the sacred timeline, these variants emerged exactly as predicted, positioning the Council as the central threat for the entire multiverse saga. Jonathan Majors' departure from the MCU derailed this carefully constructed narrative, forcing Marvel to execute its most significant pivot in franchise history. The scene now stands as a strange anomaly, explicitly setting up a villain who vanished from the storyline. Marvel's solution involves shifting focus to Doctor Doom, renaming Avengers Kang Dynasty to Avengers Doomsday. Some theories suggest Doom might enter by eliminating the Council, similar to Thanos destroying the Nova Corps off-screen in Infinity War. Loki Season 2 attempted to resolve this thread by showing the TVA monitoring Kang variants, potentially containing the threat. The Council now serves as a cautionary tale about narrative ambition unraveling across the multiverse. Monica Rambeau stranded in the X-Men universe. The Marvels delivered the most concrete multiversal connection yet, when Monica Rambeau woke up in a hospital room face-to-face with Kelsey Grammer's Beast from the X-Men. This scene marks the first official bridge between the MCU and Fox's X-Men universe, bringing together two previously separate franchises in a single moment. This scene directly connects to the X-Men universe, with confirmed follow-up in Deadpool and Wolverine. Marvel strategically chose Beast as the X-Men representative because his scientific expertise provides a logical explanation for monitoring interdimensional anomalies. As one of the original X-Men with genius-level intellect, Beast serves as the perfect character to detect Monica's arrival from another universe. The scene carries profound emotional weight as Monica encounters a living variant of her mother Maria, who died from cancer in the MCU timeline. This reunion offers both comfort and heartache. In this reality, Maria operates as the superhero binary, creating a bittersweet moment for Monica, who sacrificed herself to close a dangerous interdimensional portal. The scene establishes the mechanism for mutants to potentially enter the main MCU timeline through multiversal incursion points, creating a pathway for integrating the X-Men without contradicting established continuity. Subtle details enhance the connection, including music cues referencing the classic X-Men animated series theme, foreshadowing the upcoming X-Men 97 revival series. This crossover opens possibilities for abandoned story elements from the Fox X-Men franchise to find new life in the MCU, particularly with characters like Beast who had limited development in previous films. The lingering mystery of the Ten Rings in Shang-Chi. The Ten Rings that Shang-Chi inherited from his father aren't just weapons of immense power, they're broadcasting a mysterious signal across the universe. In the mid-credits scene of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Wong brings together Bruce Banner and Captain Marvel to analyze this strange beacon emanating from the ancient artifacts. The signal activates most strongly when Shang-Chi uses the rings heroically, contrasting with their centuries under Wenwu's control when they remain silent. The rings seem to respond to Shang-Chi's noble intentions as he struggles with the weight of wielding his father's legacy for good rather than conquest. Despite the combined expertise of Earth's mightiest heroes, a sorcerer, a gamma scientist, and a cosmic warrior, nobody can determine what the rings are signaling or why. Banner appears in human form rather than as Smart Hulk, while Captain Marvel joins via hologram, their concern evident as Wong explains the beacon reaches far beyond Earth, potentially calling to something across the multiverse. In Marvel Comics, the Ten Rings originated with the Makluans, shape-shifting dragons similar to the Great Protector seen in the film. The beacon could be summoning these creatures, bringing a new cosmic threat to Earth. The MCU reimagined the rings as mystical bracelets, but their origins remain deliberately obscured. A meaningful connection appears in Ms. Marvel, where the Ten Ring symbol was carved into the temple floor, where Kamala Khan discovered the quantum bands. Both artifacts manipulate dimensional energy, suggesting interconnected cosmic forces that could reshape the MCU's future. The post-credit scene promised the Ten Rings will return, yet this thread remains unresolved. With Shang-Chi 2 reportedly in development with destined Daniel Cretton returning, answers may finally come, though likely not until 2027 or later. Clea's recruitment of Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange barely had time to adjust to his new third eye when Clea, a purple-clad sorceress, tore through reality itself with alarming urgency. In the post-credits scene of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Charlize Theron's character appears on a New York street, creating a dimensional tear with a mystical blade. She confronts Strange with a direct accusation, "You caused an incursion, and we're going to fix it." This brief encounter establishes the foundation for the MCU's multiverse saga. Incursions, catastrophic collisions between universes that can destroy both realities, originate from Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars comics, where they led to multiversal destruction. Marvel positions Strange as both the catalyst for this crisis and a key to its resolution. Clea brings significant comic heritage as Dormammu's niece from the Dark Dimension and Strange's eventual wife. Her appearance introduces both a potential romantic element and expands the supernatural corners of the MCU. Her casual creation of an interdimensional portal demonstrates mystical abilities that rival or exceed Strange's own. Strange's third eye manifestation earlier in the film, a result of using the Darkhold, suggests possible corruption that may affect him personally beyond cosmic responsibilities. Whether Clea sees this transformation as dangerous or useful remains ambiguous, but her urgent recruitment indicates she values his multiversal expertise, despite any dark influence. Industry reports indicate Theron's character may appear in Avengers: Doomsday, connecting this thread directly to Marvel's culminating multiverse storyline, with Strange's knowledge becoming central to preventing collapse. Hercules' oath against Thor. The post-credits scene in Thor: Love and Thunder introduces a new god-level threat to the MCU when Zeus, recovering from being impaled by his own thunderbolt, commands his son to hunt down Thor. "Make him pay for what he did to me," Zeus orders as the camera reveals Brett Goldstein as Hercules, the legendary Greek demigod now brought to life in the Marvel Universe. Hercules represents the MCU's first major Greek god, with powers that potentially match Thor's own abilities. The scene establishes a direct conflict between two of mythology's mightiest figures, creating a personal vendetta. Zeus seeks revenge because Thor stole his thunderbolt and humiliated him in front of other gods at Omnipotent City, shattering his authority among the pantheons. In Marvel Comics, Thor and Hercules maintain a relationship that balances rivalry and friendship. They compete for strength and supremacy, while occasionally fighting together against shared enemies. Their MCU confrontation likely extends beyond simple revenge into something more complex, potentially forming an alliance against greater threats. Thor 5 may begin filming in 2025, with Hercules positioned as the primary antagonist. This continues their rivalry, while properly introducing Goldstein's character beyond his brief appearance. Hercules' arrival connects to declining god pantheons throughout the MCU. Norse gods were decimated in Ragnarok, Egyptian gods face challenges in Moon Knight, and now Greek gods enter as divine beings struggle for relevance among superheroes and cosmic entities. Their inevitable confrontation represents more than physical strength. It's a clash between immortals with different perspectives on godhood in the modern world. Sharon Carter's treachery in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The post-credit scene in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier reveals Sharon Carter's complete transformation from loyal agent to criminal mastermind. After receiving a full pardon for her past actions, Sharon makes a phone call that exposes her true intentions. She plans to use her reinstated government position to access classified information, prototype weapons, and military secrets to sell on the black market. Her position in the CIA creates unprecedented security risks. With legitimate access to government resources and intelligence, she can operate within the system while simultaneously undermining it. Sharon becomes a shadow operative, like a double agent in a Cold War thriller, hiding in plain sight where traditional defense mechanisms can't detect her. This makes her more dangerous than external threats, who face the full resistance of government agencies. Sharon's villainy stems from her abandonment after Captain America: Civil War. Forced into life as a fugitive in Madripoor, she built a criminal empire as the power broker, developing a new super soldier serum and forging underworld connections. These experiences transformed her loyalty into calculated self-interest. Throughout the series, she manipulated Sam and Bucky just enough to secure her pardon while maintaining her cover. Her methodical approach demonstrates a patience that most MCU villains lack. Sharon's betrayal isn't driven by cosmic ambition, but by personal motivation and desire for power. The implications loom large for Captain America: Brave New World, where Sharon can supply advanced weapons to the leader or create new super soldiers. As Sam Wilson dons the shield, he faces an enemy who doesn't just threaten the world, She corrupts the very institutions he's sworn to defend. So which forgotten scene do you think holds the key to Marvel's future? And which ones do you think they've abandoned entirely? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to see more Explainerverse videos just like this one.